Well, it just shows that this administration is completely disconnected from the average American who is really struggling to put baby formula in their child's mouth, to put food on the table and gas in their tanks. And here they're bragging about maybe rising inflation is a good thing because it'll cool the market. They're completely disconnected from the real American people.
Absolutely. And the most disconnected is the President of the United States, who said, have a watch this, he said, I know you've got to be frustrated. I know, I can taste it. Listen to this.
I know you got to be frustrated. I know. I can taste it.
Peggy, Peggy, who let this bloke loose to write an opinion piece for the New York Times when he said, quote, as much as I disagree with Putin and find his actions an outrage, the United States will not try to bring about his ouster in Moscow. So long as the United States or our allies are not attacked, we will not be directly engaged in this conflict, either by sending American troops to fight in Ukraine or by attacking Russian forces. I mean, what kind of leg up is that giving to Putin?
Well, isn't this the same man who just recently said, this man's got to go about Putin? So which is it? People don't believe a word Joe Biden says, either from the podium or in print. It doesn't matter. He says something, his own White House retracts it. He says something, he changes his mind. So he's making the world a very dangerous place. His allies, his own people don't trust him, and our enemies don't fear us. And that's put the world in a very dangerous place.
Absolutely. When you've got the leader of the free world telling Vladimir Putin that he's safe, no one's trying to replace him, and good luck, Ukraine, we won't be directly engaged unless we are attacked. Peggy, one other thing. Isn't it 116 days since his last press interview? No press conference last week, no interview with a broadcaster or a newspaper. And Emma Vaughan, a spokesperson for the Republican National Committee, said Biden's refusal to address the American people about the many crises they're facing under his failed administration is inexcusable. I mean, he's been 18 months in office, but Peggy, I suppose no point talking to the media when he's got nothing to say that's coherent.
That is true. And maybe this is the one thing that his staff has done right, because hiding him from the media is probably the smartest thing that they can do, because every time he gets in front of the media, his ratings drop. He says something that needs to be backtracked. And so from their perspective, this is probably the least worst choice to make. But we know that Joe Biden, he talks to himself, he double speaks, he shakes hands with nobody who's there, he wanders around aimlessly. This is a man who's not in control of his words, his faculties, certainly isn't in control of this nation, and is not providing leadership to the world that we need and deserve.
Absolutely.